Hello, kings, queens, and in-betweens. Key of W with Islands of Insight. Um, I'm here standing next to this puzzle, and I've already done it apparently, so I'm going to move on to some other stuff. I actually think today would be really fun is to head back to the new enclave that was added in the mod update, and see if I can't clear out a few more puzzles. Maybe not all of them, but we'll get some of them done. So let's warp over there? You know what? Let's grab a couple other things on the way. So maybe head over this way to Lucent Waters. Grab some of these underclude and ascension grids. And then drop off by the enclave here. So some of these tiles remaining 7. All dark regions have area 2. Well, this can't be a dark region then, because we'd be in trouble. So this can't be either. This could be, that could be just fine. Which means the light region is one of these two, which means those are both dark, which means that's light, those are light. Okay, cool. That one actually felt like a puzzle and not just like guessing games. 7. Well, this can't happen. This can't happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no way. This is seeing 4. There's no way to not connect here, so that has to connect. So that's got, okay, I guess so. Whatever. Don't make dominoes. Connect all light cells. So if I had this be a light cell, this is a totally acceptable thing to do. This being a light cell is acceptable. Right? Yeah. But this, maybe we have trouble with this one being a light cell. What? Is there any way this is a dark cell? No. So these have to both be light cells. Sure, I'm just guessing. I don't care. It's nice to start off the day with the worst puzzles ever. 2 tiles remaining. I can figure this out. 2 more. What? I guess? There's no other... It's just... There's 12. But, like, that's 12, but there's nothing, like, this type of thing. Obviously, it doesn't work because of the darts, but it doesn't have to be one thing of 12, right? It can be... But maybe this is what I have to look at. Like, if this was black, we would need 3 white tiles down here, right? Okay, I'm just... It just, again, it just feels like you have to guess. It just, that's what it feels like. It's not really that interesting. Don't make 3 in a row. 2 and 3 and 5. This is totally possible? No. Because there has to be at least 1 in here and at least 2 in here. Which means... But both could be in here. And then 3. You can't have 3 in a row, though. So you can't have all 3 be here, right? So we have to have 3 cells in this spot, which means these all have to be light. 3 cells here. They can't be in a row. And there have to be... There could be 4. No, there can't, because there's to be 3 here. So there's 3, and then 2. That we know. Now, over here, is there any way there's a dark cell over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. This one, at least 4 cells have to be over here, and this is the only way to do so. Then there's 1 in here, which means those all have to be light cells. I think that's correct. Because if I had 3 dark cells here, I would need 2 in there. Yeah, so there has to be 4 and 1 in here. This one is less obvious what I have to do. I need... Because again, I could have something like this. This is fine. Well, there have to be 3, which means both of these have to be dark cells, which means that's got to be a light cell for sure. So it's either this or that. Actually, both of those have to be... This is how this has to go over here. So, 3 remaining. Okay, guess that's that. Cool. Those are all the underclude grids. You know what? Let's move on to the enclave. I think it's down here. Well, there's also this puzzle right here we can just grab. I mean, Wandering Echo, not much of a puzzle as much as a little scavenger. Okay, you're taking me very far away from where I actually want to go. This one's already completed? No, not yet. We just need some orbs up at the top that are large. Okay, cool. And don't make 4 in a row. All dark regions of area 2. So this has to be light, and we have to block these off. This dark region is now complete. No 4 in a row. That has to be light. That's got to be blocked off. Dark regions of area 2. No 4 in a row anywhere else. Well, this has to be blocked off. No 4 in a row. No 4 in a row. No 4 in a row. Uh-huh. I think it's just filled in now. Oops, other way around. What was that? Oh, it's a different colored rock. That is just up. Right up here. Oops. One, a little more. A little further. Right? It's gonna be by this one. Oh, maybe not by this one. Unless you're looking out. Wait, where's another one of those? It's not down there, is it? It might be down here. I heard the cube. I heard it. Don't worry about it. So we'd be like looking here. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anyway, back to where I was before. Oh, memory grid. How many memory grids we got around here today? 4. Cool. Come on. Another one of everyone's favorite, the Morphic Fractal. Sure. That's because I'm brilliant. I just do everything right the first time. It wasn't because it was random. So I need the whatever sort of like dots to be more... Okay, sure. Connect dark cells, so that's got to be light. Light regions of area 5. Great. Connections of dark cells. Light regions of area 5. Okay, light regions have area 5. Mm-hmm. Cool. There we go. Anyway, before I so rudely interrupted myself, where was I going? I was heading this way, but we're going to do this puzzle too. Touch 5 flow orbs. Cool. I'll take it. Not even go for the other time. Oh. We're going to go for this instead. Oh, got a lot of rings. Nice. Okay, I think this is the enclave, right? No, that's one we've already done. It's gathered in the moss. It's this way then. Yes. Here we go. Alright, so I need to solve just more regular logic grids as well as matchboxes. Let's do this one right here. Left and right edges are connected, so not the top and bottom. Connect light and dark cells, which means this is no longer a disqualifying rule because left and right edges are connected, right? So we don't have to worry about things. Which color do we start with? Well, if I said that this was light, this can't be dark. This would also have to be light. But this could still be a light cell. How far could the light cells go? This would have to be a dark cell, right? Or this could be a dark cell. Alright. That's possible. Let's look at this. If these are both the same color... These both can't be dark. That is because in order to make the opposite color, we have to go around this far, but no matter what, we have it there. So they both can't be dark. Can this be dark at all? No, this has to be light. That is for sure. This can't be dark because then it matches. These both have to be light. There's no getting around that. So yeah, these all have to be light. At some point there's got to be a dark cell in here, but not sure where. There's got to be a dark cell somewhere in there for sure, but not entirely sure which one yet. I mean, what if it's here? If this is the dark cell, then these both have to be dark. Which means that these would all be light. So far, so good, if this is the case. This would be tricky. Connect dark cells. This could still connect to the right. These connect to each other because of the rule. They just don't connect top to bottom. This would have to be a light, so we'd have to do this. We'd have to do that. Actually, let's go back for just a second here. Is there any way this is a dark cell? No. Because if this is a dark cell, this can't be dark, meaning they'd have to have the light. We'd have to do that. This has to be a light cell. Which means if this is a light cell, we'd also have to have a light cell behind it. So this is in fact a dark cell. So we were correct on this. These can't be dark cells because it's pointing 2 away, so they have to be light cells here. If we have light all the way, the dark cells can still connect because they can go wrap around. So we know this is the case. This has to be light. Connecting all light cells does mean everything has to be symmetrical here. Let's suppose that we had a light cell here. If that's the case, yeah, we have to have a dark cell here. That just has to happen, and then dark cell there. And all light cells are connected, which means these are light, meaning that's dark as well. These do have to escape. How about you? That does block things off, and so will that. So we do have this going on. Which means this can't be dark, I guess. This has to be a light cell. This also has to be a light cell. Let's see. Yeah, so I think we have to make light cells here, as well as here. Which means this has to be dark and light. dark, dark, and then dark cells have to be here. Okay. Interesting. This rule definitely stretches my brain in a good way. Left and right edges connected. Don't make squares. And then, of course, we have letters. So if this is dark, then this is dark. This is light. This is also dark. So that has to be dark. We've got 2 light cells here, 2 light cells there. Well, 2 wrapping all the way around. This is one of the light cells. Yeah. Don't make squares. Dark square is what you can't make. Where do we go from here? Well, if we suppose that, for instance, the A is the other light cell, this is what we would have. C would have to be a dark cell. A would have to be a light cell. We would need to get A up to this point. It could wrap around, but it definitely has to come up. And then this can still be a dark cell. It would come up, and then it would have to, like, come through. But the B also has to come down, and the B can't be a dark cell, because how would it get through without touching that? So B's got to be light, which means A would have to... How would B then get down without connecting to A? This way? That now can't be that. This would have to be a dark cell. Which means that we would have to do it like this. Right? And then we'd have to bring it down. So the C then is going to connect by magic. The C is going to connect up through this way and down here. So this has to be blocked off. That has to be blocked off. And now do we just... Yep. Interesting. Interesting puzzle, sir. Where are the other boxes for this? These 2 here need something. Left and right edges connected. Oh boy. So B and D are all dark. Don't make this pattern. So it's be one long snaking path connecting all light cells, of course. So that means these all have to be dark. And no squares. So this doesn't make sense to me. All light cells are connected, meaning none of these can be light, because this is going to have to connect to here. This can't... No snaking path. I have my dead ends here, so what... Oh, hold on. Left or right edges are connected, you dummy. So this is a connection. This is a connection. And that has to be like so. Which means it does connect down this way rather than through here. Because if we have this going on, how are we to make this path work out, right? Or through this way. No, this would be a problem. If this is a light cell, we would have to make a dark cell here, in which case, light cells can go that way, that's fine. The E doesn't have to connect. Actually, the E does have to be blocked entirely because it's connected to here. So that means that's going to be a dark cell. Can this be a dark cell? No, because that makes a dead end. So that's a light cell. Dark cells. Cool. We have our start here. Like this. Where do we go after that point? Can't make dark squares, so we do have to watch out for that. One of these two's got to be a light cell. If this is a light cell, both of these are, so it's going to be this way. It's going to come out this way. This can't be a dead end. No, I guess we go this way. This is how it's going to be. Like so. As this comes down. The around? Like if it goes this way, is it fine? I just have to avoid squares here. So this would make a square. So I think it's got to go around this way so that B doesn't have a square. And now to avoid D having a square, if this was a light cell, we'd have to make it like this and block it off. So I think this has to be a dark cell, which is going to force us to make this move. So we do have to bring that up. I could bring it this way. Yeah, there you go. That's interesting. It's just so... Ah, there we go. So that there is going to connect to the one that's here. Is there a path through this doorway? It's there. Nice. There we are. Huh. Where's the other harp guy? Oh, there's also this. Well, part one of this puzzle is finding where the other piece is. Whoo boy. Left and right edges are connected. One long black piece. Not the top and bottom edges, so these do have to escape this way. This, I don't think, can be a dark cell. If it is, we need to bring this around, then we need to bring one through here. But then how is this going to work out so we get cells over this direction? Because we would have to connect. See how it ends up over stuck on that side? There's no way to make it not stuck on that side. So I think both of these have to be, and that has to be a light cell. I think this is what we have to do. If we did this, we'd block all of this off, so this has to be light cell, and we have to bring around this way. Nope. Hold on. Start over. Is that correct? If we make this a light cell, there is no way to avoid this move. How though, would we make this a dark cell and make this work? This is a dark cell. I don't know. Well, if we bring this around like so, we can't bring this around, right? I think we'd have to go through here. Well, we do, because the 3 there, so I think we have to do this. I think this is forced, which means this is all forced. Oh, I'm an idiot. Left and right edges are connected. That's how we get things down here. Hold on. How do we get 2 down here now? Hold on. How do we do that? This is for sure. That's blocked off. We can't have this scenario because how would we connect this? So this is the scenario here. This would be a disaster, so we definitely have it like so. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. No matter what, this will eventually connect to the snake either directly or through here, because it's gonna do it. So if I do this, we have a problem. So I think we have to make it like this. Okay, so now this here. Over here, we need 3. And if we did something like this, we'd be in trouble. So I think we need these 2 definitely. So it's either here or there. Actually, I think this is how we would do it. One and one. It could be here or it could be like that. I have a feeling it's just through here. Because otherwise, how would we connect this? We'd be stuck. So I think we have to do that. 2. 2 and 3. Bring it around this way. So that means it's going to come around the bottom and up. Like so. No. So, how do I make one bit here? I go around this way. That's how I do it. 1, 2, 3. There we are. Hoo boy, that's tough. Let's do another tough one. This is much smaller. Left and right edges are connected. So we know this has to happen, that's for sure. We know those can't be connected to each other. This is all right, but now we have a danger here. That can't connect to itself. We don't have to worry about this connecting to a number, because just area numbers, nothing else happening. If this is the case, if this is a light cell, this would have to be dark. We would be stuck with this. Ooh, the control trick doesn't work on this. So I know there's 4 connected here. This would be 7. We would need to do this. What if I made this a dark cell? Would that have to be a light cell? That would force me to move out, and then it would also force me to block the 7 here. So I think, regardless, is there any way that this 7 is light? Because if so, that has to be blocked. This would have to be blocked. Yep, so I think this 7, this piece is dark, 7's going to come down, no matter what we do here. If this was a dark cell, we would have to block ourselves off this way. Oops. Right? And now we block that. We have 6 here, so only 1 could be a light cell. Maybe this one? Or that one? One of those 3, so that's a dark cell. Because the 3 can't connect all the way up there. So one of these 2, actually. So that's a dark cell as well. Yeah, this actually is the only way to do it. I don't know if this is even right. This is just kind of assuming the 4 does this thing. I could just be totally off base here. That's possible. Now let's look up this way. If I make this a dark cell, that's light, that's light. This... we're in trouble. So I think this is a light cell. Now, if this is a light cell, that has to be a dark cell. That has to be a dark cell. So if this is dark, this has to be a light cell, but then we're in trouble here. I mean, we could have made a mistake all the way back at this 4. Like, this could just be a light cell. If this were a dark cell here, we'd force a light cell. We'd force a light cell here. This would have to be a light cell, and that would be... So I think this has to be light. There's no way around it. So this could be a dark cell, and that could be a dark cell, and we'd still be fine. Of course, this is dark. This is light. No, we can't connect all of those. I don't think it's gonna... I think this is gonna come down at least once. What if I did this? 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah. block it here. 7. No. This is possible. How am I going to make these all work in this small space? Yeah. What do I do here? This is a... Let's just focus on this top area for a second. If I had this go on, how am I going to make all of the stuff up here work? 5, 6... No. If this is a dark cell, maybe. Yeah, this doesn't work either. If this is light, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing up here. There's no way this one is light. Right? Did we rule that out? Because it was light, we have to connect it here. We would end up in that position. So yes. Dark cell, light cell. Dark cell. Man, this one hurts. This one hurts my brain. I think this has to be a light cell. Well, I can count up. We got 5 by 9, which is 45. 2 6 8, 16, 17, 24, 28, 33, 36. So we can have some pieces that aren't connected. It's fine. They don't all have to be connected or something. I think this has to be a light cell. What if I did this? 3, 4, 5, 6. This would then be a dark cell for sure. We could bring this around. 8. This is possible. But this would have to be a dark cell, because if it's a light cell, what the heck would you here? So I don't know if that's right. Actually, no, there's no way around that. So that's a light cell, which means that the 4 is coming out this way. Which I think... There we go. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Ah, that hurts. Alright, I'm not going to spend my entire day in here, but I'd like to find at least one more matchbox. I'd have to find a green box, so I've seen a lot of red boxes. But not a lot of green ones. So that's red. I wonder if it's up on top of this. Of course, this takes me not to the same place I just was. I think that's where I just was. Right? Yes, so it takes me across the way. I wonder if it's underneath something here? Hold on. Ah, that's another red one. Red, 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 red. Anything green up here, maybe? Not that I really see. We didn't have any more. Ah, there's another red one there. Oh, hold on, that's green, that's green. Where's the other spider? Is it in this room somewhere? That's a red one. Nothing down here. I think I already did that cursory check around the perimeter. And I don't think there's anything on top. I think it's literally just a building. Yeah, no hidden objects up there. Which is fair. Means I don't have to do any bullshit with that. So this is a green piece. So where's the red one? Here. That is the piece over here. So how do I see both? That's the angle. Do I do it through the doorway? Yeah, I do. Haha! That's a tricky one. So we've got quite a few more symbols I still haven't found. Like, part of the puzzle here is just finding the green one. Or the red one. Finding the other color rather than finding the angle. It's just where is the box. Nothing like in this tree, right? That would be really crazy. There's no other, like, entrance into this box. It was just that one little cubby. Hold on, that wasn't the bug symbol, though. That was the other. Yeah. The bug symbol is the one that is over here at the top. I wonder if it's one that being on the top is in fact what you need to do. So like, what you have to do is go up the top and look through the crack in the ceiling. Is there a crack in the ceiling? How do we get the light in? Where's the light coming from? Hold on. There's definitely cracks in the ceiling. What is this? Some kind of game? Like, look over here. Once we get inside, there's cracks in the ceiling. Is it just fake light? I think they're just pumping fake light in. Okay. Well, there goes that idea. Looking down these halls. There's, I mean, that one I've already done. Looking for any of these other ones that might have matchboxes just kind of hidden. Yeah, we already know that. Yeah, it seems to be that the main roadblock to me solving these puzzles is I actually just don't know where the green symbol is, or the other symbol, whatever the alternate color is that I haven't seen. Seems like there's also this ledge platform thing going up. That's a green one, but where's the red one for that? Oh, oh, no. Okay. So here we would need an angle that sees that and sees the thing down there. Is it like getting this corner? Because I can see it from here. It's not... It's like way... Hold on. Let me get over here again. So we see this. I wonder why it's not seen. Yeah, it's too high up. But this is where we see. Oh, it's lower than I thought it was. There it is. Nice. Okay. I mean, I solved that one, but that was two symbols that were brand new to me. I saw both of those symbols just now. So where are the other symbols for the ones that I have not found yet? Symbols for the ones where I've found just one symbol. Maybe it's behind. No, there's none of that. Where it was just this one that had a symbol behind it. Yeah. Oh, that one's got a symbol behind it too. Hold on. What are you? You are the bug symbol. Oh no! Okay. So this one's going to require an angle up here, I think. Get closer? No. Thank you. Where's the bug? Where's the bug? Oh, down low. It's lower than I thought it was. Okay. So get lower. There. All the way to... Oh, shoot. This is in the way. So... There. To there. Got it. Any other ones? Is that... Oh. Just drop to the ground straight away. Whoa. Oh, what's happened to the flight? It's just... It's bad now. Look at that. I'm just dropping straight to the ground. Why is that? Well, I'm going to say that's good enough for now, because that gets me to 8 out of 12 on the matchboxes, and a fair amount of the other things. So we'll come back a third time for sure. Later. Huh, something weird going on. Don't make dominoes. Okay. So this is dark or light? We'll see. Don't make squares. Why not just do this? I don't know if that's the right move, but... Like... we'd have to do... Don't know if this is right at all, but like if this was the setup. No, it's not, because the C has to go through this center bit, and the B has to go around. That's for sure. My brain is still poisoned on that left-right jump. No. This has to be what we do. A's got to be that. B has to go around. Does mean these have to be blocked. That's got to be blocked. That's got to be blocked. That's got to be because squares. Pretty sure this has to be blocked so we can connect the B's. But then we're in trouble there. Well, this does have to be blocked. But if this is blocked, we're okay. So I can block it here. And also there. No squares. I think that's just what we do. Okay. Oh, fixed. Okay. Just needed... Oh, this one's already solved? Alright. Okay. Nope, that's incorrect. Annoying. Oh. That is a gimme. Area numbers and the letters, so we know how big we have to make those. B's got to be 10. 5, 4, so that's B. C's got to be 9, that would overload it. E has to be 17, and it's got to go around this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is it. Yeah. 3, 3, 1. That's 7, so we've got to connect like this. And that's that. 13 plus 3 is 16, so there we go. Interesting. Ooh, more matchboxes. These ones will be easier, of course, because they're Hub World matchboxes. I like the tricky matchboxes, though. I really like the ones they got going on in that enclave. They are quite hard. But a lot of the difficulty does come from you just got to find where the boxes are, rather than you know where the boxes are, but finding the angle is tricky. I like both types of puzzle. But if I have trouble finding the two boxes, and then the instant I find the two boxes, the puzzle is essentially the easiest thing ever, that's not that interesting, because at that point you might as well just make the puzzle a hidden cube. Where's the box, right? Whereas if you make it where finding the angle is also tricky, like they do in that enclave, that's fun. So there's got to be something for these boxes here. Is it going to be underneath somewhere? Yeah, I see one. But first, this puzzle. So this guy's got to get all the way to the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't think I want to break any 4 at a time. So maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. And then I can lose instantly. Here? There? Yeah, there we go. Where's the cube? I hear you. Is it up on one of these pillars? That pillar. Ah! Excuse me. There. And there's a box behind here. And it's going to go to this right there. Where is your friend, Mr. Spider, or whatever that symbol is? It's not a very spidery symbol. Don't make this... That's annoying. So I know that has to go. This oh, hold on a second. It's just going to be this. Oh, it's not. Hold on. Oh, it's just gonna... sorry, it doesn't have to... We don't have to connect dark cells. Don't have to connect dark cells. That was my mistake. Okay. Ah! Aha. That goes over there. Okay. It's not going to be to the B. Either D is going to have 3 or E is going to have 3. C can't connect. C is going to have 3 as well. So whatever color this is, this has to go around like that. There we go. Interesting. A lot of these guys today. I know they're everyone's favorite, which is why I do play them so much. Where does the main part of the spiral go? That's the okay, you know what? You just solve it for me. Why not? Okay, can't connect that. No 3 in a row. So that's what we got to do. No 3 in a row means everything is zigzaggy. Yeah, sure. There's a cube somewhere here. There. Just area numbers, nothing else. Oh. This. Ah! There's a ring up here. Where is it? There. There's a ring over this way, too? No, that's an arch up there. I know I saw something blurry up here that I think was a ring. Or maybe it was over this way more? I don't know. I could have sworn I saw it in the air while I was doing something else, and I just got distracted. There it was. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, after that enclave, the rest of these are somewhat disappointing. Man, a lot of new ones of these today. So, it's something like this. No. Maybe this one needs to be... No. It's the... Okay, sure. That I'm looking at... looking at it, this temple from like really far away, like all the way over here. Looks like I need to be higher up. Is that even possible? On top of one of these. Way too far away. From on top of this? That's definitely the temple. Is it from one of these? Is it just from here? Like, yeah, it's just from here. Okay. Alright. Okay. That's a puzzle, I guess. That is on the lower end somewhere. So I'm looking at... Oh, it's like looking through at all of this, right? Like we're looking... I stumbled upon it. Okay. This is going to happen, but I don't know if it happens right away. If I make this move, it's over. I don't want to mix this one with the one here. So I think I want to do this. No, that's stupid too. Right? Because now I'm... No, it's actually correct. It's correct. I'm not stupid. I'm smart. Wait, how many of these have I done? I've done like 5 or 8. There were so many today. There's so many put in on the Morphic Fractals today. So at the very, that was easy. At the very least, it means I get a lot of them checked off my list. Okay, let's get red in place. Did the game just freeze? The game just froze. The game totally just froze. Hold on. Oh, we're back. Get this in place. That was weird. It just totally froze and then came back to me. A lot of one. Don't you dare. My goodness, how far away am I going with you? Alright, there were like a bunch more on the way that I totally waltzed by. What? You're just going bush to bush, it's annoying. Alright. There we are. Back where we started, and then there's the Wandering Echo over here I saw. How many of those have I done today? There's a lot. There's a lot of some of these puzzles. Some of these really have a lot. I'm used to seeing only like 8 or 9. There's like 30 of each type. I guess it's my lucky day for Lucent Waters. At least if I want to do Wandering Echoes and Morphic Fractals. There's tons of those. Okay. Area numbers, so that is a given. That can't be. This 5 can't connect to the 4, so it's got to come up this way. This 5 would overload there, so this definitely would overload. That would overload. This has to be, so the 3's got to come out at least once. That would overload. That would overload. 4's done. That would overload. These would overload. Alright. I feel like I've solved a million puzzles today. Even though I didn't do that much because I spent a lot of time in that enclave. Connect dark cells, so those come out. Alrighty then. Connect dark cells. Four, 5. That has to go this direction. This is the way out here. Well, we can't have this? We could have this one. We can't have both of these. In fact, if we have this here, we bring it up. Here, I think we can just... We'll just do that, yeah. This looks kind of dumb, honestly. Oh, apparently I don't jump high enough? Is that the whole gimmick? Is that I need to jump higher? Yeah, whatever. Okay. I'm just over flow orbs now. Used to kind of like them, now I just don't like them at all. They just... Game kind of ruined its own puzzle. So where do I stand on this? Do I stand over more here? Like, yeah, it needs to be... What the? The Skydrop unloaded, but the match, whatever, the Sightseer had already, like, taken the picture of it there, so... There we go, heard that. Another one of these. Sooner we get them all done, the sooner I don't have to do them again. What on earth do I... This is a really blurry one. Feels like it's more in this direction that I'm going, right? But I gotta get it. Oh, This one looks like a Rorschach test. More this direction? What? What? I'm not even close to what this is. None of the... like... What? Okay. Tiles remaining. I was underclued. God damn it. Well... We don't want to make squares, which means at least one of the cells in here has to be dark, which means this one will always be dark. Don't want to make squares, which means at least one of these will be dark, meaning we do have to bring these out. This has to come through here. One of these must be dark. One of these, but I don't know which one. There has to be a dark cell, at least one of these two, so that's dark. One of these two has to be dark, so that one is, which means these are all dark. Those are all light. Sure. Okay. You know, it'd be nice if all the Morphic Fractals went that easy. Apparently there is a mod slash, like, program that you can plug into this game that automatically solves all of the Morphic Fractals for you by essentially just doing a random jiggle of the mouse while you're playing them. Because apparently one of the ways you can beat this is if I drag the mouse like this, it's not going to tell me I've solved the puzzle till I let go. But if I drag the mouse and right-click, every time I let go of the right-click, it's also checking. And so you can do that to, like, oh, yeah, basically like that. You can do that to cheat the Morphic Fractals, and so there's apparently a program that does that for you. I just don't want to install a whole program to do it. But I can see why people would use a program like that on these puzzles, because they really are not great. They're almost uniform consensus amongst all fans of this game is that the Morphic Fractal is the worst puzzle type. It's pretty rare to find someone who doesn't think it's the worst, and it's even rarer to find someone who genuinely enjoys them. And I say this about a game that I genuinely love. I think this is a brilliant game idea. I'm sad that it didn't take off, but I do think the Morphic Fractals were a bad idea. Or at least they just... I don't know. There's probably something better you could have done with it than this. I think I need to just find a good stopping point for this level. Because I've been going for an hour. I need a quick break. There we are. Any other Morphic Fractals I can clear out? Because I might not have a day with so many. Oh, it's up there. Clear out as many of those bad boys as I can today when there's so many loaded in that I haven't done. Okay. Okay, somewhere in here. Like, I've got the 4 multicolored things. Oh no, there's going to be lots of versions where they all look the same. Oh no. Okay. Well, letters got to be sorted. Oh. Any more? Got any more of them Morphic Fractals? Now that I've done a ton of them today. Nope, that's not one. That's not one. That's really all I'm trolling for at the moment. Hey, hold on. Excuse me. No, no. Okay. Where are you taking me? Just around a circle? You're taking me around a circle. You're taking me in a circle. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? No! Okay, fine. I don't care. Morphic Fractals. How many did I do today? Ooh, I did a lot of these. Echo of Time, which is going to say, the auroral Mudaris found me curled with the luminous dust where my senses first kindled. What troubles you, young one? I knew him only by his voice, for he had taken on the likeness of one of the creatures of his youth. Are there no living worlds left for me to discover? I asked. Am I to be the only auroral without a garden? You would not have been born if there were no wonders left, he said, but his comfort was bittersweet. One day you will gaze in silent wonder at a living world, but you will feel nostalgia for a life you never lived and mourn for those you knew but never met. Cool story. What's the other thing? Yeah, Morphic Fractal Land. Pewter Goddess Bracelets. So surely I, a female, can wear goddess bracelets. Yes. This is the regular pewter. It's about just different color. Okay. Alright, I've gotten all the Morphic Fractals I could see easily, so I'm going to call it there. Thanks everyone for watching. Next time, join me while we kill and eat God. I don't know. Bye.